order.
We are live.
We are live.
Call
Hey, everyone.
Felix Comic Art.
That's right. We're ready to serve you. Welcome to the first episode of the Felix Comic Art Podcast Live. And what is the Felix Comic Art Podcast Live? It is. Oh boy, hang on a second. Thank you. It's the live version of our podcast, and we're doing it on YouTube. And it's sort of a hybrid of all the previous shows we've done. It's also including an unboxing art show element. We're giving away prizes. It's like a round table, and you're joining us. You guys are going to be part of the show. We're going to answer all your questions, and it's not just me. Daniel Warren Johnson's in the house. D-Dub, say hi.
Hello.
Okay, and we also have our special guest artist that I provided a pretty good clue on social media. And if you didn't get it, it is Mr. Ryan Sook. Ryan, welcome. Ryan's a first timer to our show. But Ryan, thanks so much for being here. The great thing about Ryan is he just really came out to hang out. And we've been having a blast. We all went to Pixar today. Got the VIP tour, and it was a lot of fun. We'll be sharing some pictures from that on social media. So let's get started. Let's see who we got here in the audience. We got Nick Patera,
All right.
Axe Wielder John fame, Pal Cards and Games and Comics, Robert Zenzi, Victor Bracamontes, how you doing, Victor? Scott Arnold, John McClanahan, ML, Mecha Rex, B-Flow, Ryan Brockner, I Am Brunson, Anderson Carmen, Carlos Moe, Evan Kingston, Michael Patrick Sullivan, Jiggy Cruz, all the way from the Philippines, Brandon D, Mike D, Doug Pfluger, Matthew Gay, Grant Riddle, Mike Sitchie, David Donner, Mike Cushion, big chat room tonight, guys. Alex Silver, Marvin Uloa, Grant Riddle. Did I say Grant Riddle already? Sebastian, Don Bargenda, Christopher Lopez, Jason Williams, Morgan Hatfield, 8 Flow, Mason Chauvin, Brandon D, Ron Lim, Tobin Pope, Andrew Lancaster, Aranga D, Hassan Thalji, Samantha Drake, Josh B. I may be repeating some of these. Marcus Way, Aditya Narandrana, Joao Antunes from Portugal. Yo, Curry. Hey, yo.
Yo, Curry.
Steve Johnson. I wonder who Steve Johnson could be. Oh, boy. We got everyone be on their good behavior. Steve Johnson is in the room.
It's my father.
It's his,
For
yes.
those that don't know, AJ's laughing.
From Steve Johnson's Magic Loins Spring. David Donner, bootlegging is a habit. John Trainer, Keith Becker, Jonathan Tan, DC Patrol, Tom Marchetti. Anyway, how you doing, Tom? God, my eyes are terrible here. Sarah Sketch, Reba J, Losap and J. We're going to go all night here, but I'm trying to get everyone. Kevin Godfrey, TAMD1, JD of the Dead, Jay Krager's Hammer Comic, Jackson Pollock, Chives. Ben H, Kyle Emmich, Lucas Cook, Comic Art Channel, Raj Solanki, Alan Steinberg, Pat L, Brian Kayan, H. Shack Bit, Joel Eden, Stacy Peralta of Lords of Dogtown. Hey, how you doing, Stacy? I think Stacy's a regular. It's always an honor to have the famous Stacy Peralta. And I don't see Stacy Peralta show up to other shows. I think Stacy. Thank you so much for always tuning in loyally to our live streams. Thanks a lot, Stacy. And I think Stacy just did a profile on the very famous surfer Jerry Lopez, a surfer that I introduced to my pal Yams, and he immediately became Yams' favorite surfer. So it's unbelievable. Matthew Pop, Nate Hartz, Phil Flores, Eric Temple, Anthony T, Paul McInnes, Colin Stratham, Philip Flores. I think we're repeating some names. George Hodge. Okay, we can go on.
Is this what we're gonna do? We
can go on all night. But thank you everyone for showing up. Also with us, Lambert Shang, who has been a regular guest on the podcast. We also have Jason Kim, who has been on the podcast before and has his own channel called Comic Art Channel. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Check it out. Subscribe. Good stuff.
You should highlight my YouTube channel.
And Dan has a YouTube channel, and he has a show called Fridays with D-Dubs, and it is literally Fridays with D-Dubs. Every Friday, you join Dan for a live stream. Very popular show. Good stuff. Behind the camera in our crew, we have, of course, Yams, and for the first time, AJ. AJ, why don't you wave to the crowd? He's waving to the crowd. And this is the Felix Comic Art studio. You know, very fancy setup. It's actually my living room, but you get to see where the magic is happening and what is going on this week. Dan flew in from Chicago to work on our special print project. So a couple of years ago, we did
D-Dub's dad's asking where I'm at.
Oh, okay.
I do exist, Steve.
What? It doesn't. Not taking my word for it, Steve. I said Yams is in the room. I mean, you know, I'm not lying. But thanks a lot for joining us, Steve. And thank you for your magic sperm. But Dan is in the room because he's working on our print project. I'm going to show you what he's done. He just got here yesterday, and it is unbelievable. Yeah, it's just the progress he's made. And, you know, we have two options. We've got a color print option and a black and white option, which was limited to 100. And we were all sold out. But guess what? You guys will have a chance to get it again tomorrow. What happened? Why? We said they were sold out. How come there are more available? What happened was there were duplicate orders. People put in their order twice, so they got counted twice. And so now we have extras. And unfortunately, there's some non-payments. And I'm not going to wait any longer. Dan is here to draw now. So if you don't get your payment in, we're moving on. So that's what's happening. I mean, Lambert, what do you think? I mean, for the people who didn't pay, should we name them and shame them?
Fuck him. Yeah, his name.
You know what? You should be very happy that this is Felix Comic Art and not Lambert Comic Art, because Lambert has no mercy.
Yes.
You'd be all over.
I'm from New Jersey, motherfucker.
So no naming and shaming, but the good news is for everyone, we have extras tomorrow. The drop is going to happen at 9 a.m. in the morning Pacific time, 12 noon for those of you on the East Coast, and it is your final chance. And it's not just the Duo Power Bomb print, where we also have the color Worlds of DWJ print from 2021. This is your last chance to get that. If you ordered the Duo Power Bomb print last week, you can order the Worlds of DWJ print tomorrow. We can include in your order, no extra shipping required. And Dan is here to work, and this is magic. So Yams, why don't you swing the camera over, and we'll take a look at what D-Dub has done. What do people got to say? This is a roundtable happening live. Jason, do me a favor. Check in on the chat. You monitor the chat,
Okay.
and if anybody has any questions, let us know, and we'll answer it. Okay?
Marcus wants to know if D-Dub is going to be in town for AEW Saturday.
No, unfortunately.
Yep, I actually leave on Friday morning, so I'm not going to get to see the pay-per-view, but I will be buying it and watching it from home in Chicago.
Can you zoom in on this on the head sketch?
But yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Okay.
I wanted to maybe go tomorrow, but we actually have the signing and we're gonna be hanging out with some
Okay, this
friends.
shows us a bit of a lag here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Afterward.
everyone, I'm going to just flip through these color sketches, which included an original art head sketch in the corner. And once again, D-Dubs knocked these out of the park. You choose a character, and Dan will draw that character as a wrestler. This, of course, is Beta Ray Bill. Then we have a
Yua Steel Rose from Do a Powerbomb, very fitting. We've got Mick Foley here, so you could choose a character from a DWJ comic or a pro wrestler. Another Mick Foley. Who's this guy?
From the Japanese deathmatch era.
That's okay.
This is Uncle Blood with his mask on.
Uncle Blood with his mask on from Do a Powerbomb.
Yep.
Another Beta Ray Bill. That's from Murder Falcon.
I asked for Halford.
Halford, okay. Shiloh from Extremity. I'm going to go through these kind of fast, guys, because there are a lot, but it gives you an idea. Japanese wrestler.
Minoru Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki,
Very happy
okay.
with that likeness.
All right. We got another Beta Ray
Beta
Bill.
Ray Bill
Got a
with
little
the
chest
singlet,
emblem.
yep.
Yep. Oh.
Luchador Murder Falcon.
Luchador Murder Falcon.
Oh,
Luchador.
like Jake from Murder Falcon.
Yeah.
He's a little buff. in that
Yeah.
picture, but
Nice.
Right.
Someone asked for a ref,
Literally it just said referee.
so they got a ref.
I drew the referee from issue 7 of
Yeah.
the Powerbomb.
Okay, cool. Yua,
Necroton.
Necroton from Do a Powerbomb. Another Beta Ray Bill, so everyone can get an idea what people asked for. A lot of Beta Ray Bills so far.
It's Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega,
Batman.
Batman, Luchador,
Another
Necroton,
Another Batman.
another Batman. I really like this Batman.
Thank you. That's Pentagon Jr.
Pentagon Jr.
Murder Falcon in a singlet. Yep. Deadpool.
Okay.
Another U.S. Steel Rose. More Beta Ray Bill. I drew too many fingers on Beta Ray Bill there. My apologies.
That's a first appearance of the six-finger Beta Ray Bill. That's
Oh,
actually.
he has 3 fingers, not. He's got 3 fingers and a thumb, not 4 fingers and a thumb.
Well, he's missing a. There's a story there, Dan. I'm sure it'll be in the sequel.
Superman. Another Mick Foley.
Nice.
God from Do a Powerbomb.
Or just God. That's not necessarily God from Do a Powerbomb. That's just God. Yeah.
With a lowercase g.
And of course Cobra-san and Lona from Do a Powerbomb. I'm very happy with that. Minoru Suzuki.
More than one person asked for Suzuki.
He's a famous wrestler. He's amazing.
Wonder Woman
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
from Dead Earth.
Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is not easy to draw, let me tell you. But I did it. And I feel like I
A
succeeded.
lot of US. A lot of people asked for Mick Foley.
They
Huh?
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me as a wrestler.
Okay. DWJ up there, just in case you weren't sure.
On the Murder Falcon.
Murder Falcon. Wonder Woman, Dead Earth. Okay, Murder Falcon. Let's take a look at some of these full figure ones, which I think are pretty spectacular. Thanks, Lambert. All right, I love this one. Start off with a classic.
Oh, yeah.
Andre.
Good old Andre.
How about him?
That is Danhausen. He's wrestles for AEW, an indie wrestler.
Yeah. So what you did here too to give yourself extra room to draw is you would cover up so you can tell the difference between these two figures. You actually painted over so you'd have a little more room to draw the arm here.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty
I
cool.
mean, like, I'm penciling every single one.
Yeah.
And I don't really have, like, a set pose that I use.
They're all different, folks.
So some of them fit behind.
Yeah.
It's just a vibe.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go behind, sometimes they go in front. A
Beta
Beta
Ray.
Ray Bill. There is another Kenny Omega with his cleaner outfit.
And is that the broom wrapped in barbed wire?
Yes, he
Wow.
has a barbed wire broom. So this one, I just felt like the pose fit better behind
Right,
rather than
right.
in front. So it's just
It's just a feel.
in front. Yeah.
Okay.
There's God.
The big guy.
My dad says it's a plumbing snake.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Kenny Omega cleaner. But it's a Brian Danielson,
Okay.
a Beta Ray Bill. Very happy with that pose. Hope that's okay. That oh gosh, this is the Devil Doers. That's the tag team. But I put the Devil Doers to the right most because I would.
Oh, I
be
really
okay with
really like this Wonder Woman.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a really sweet looking, just very.
She looks
Just-
like an MMA lady.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It just communicates strength. That standing there. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So that's actually there's a wrestler that I really love, Dragon Lee, who actually has kind of spikes on his head, a little bit
Cool,
like
cool,
Batman.
cool.
But,
Oh,
Yeah, someone asked for Lona. Okay.
oh, I forgot to erase Beta Ray Bill.
All right.
I'll do that. Thank you.
go.
Sorry.
Okay. Here's a Yua. Another Yua. A lot of people asked for you. I think you was very fitting.
Yeah.
And this. Someone asked for Spawn, and we allowed it because you did Spawn on a variant cover.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll do a Powerball. Issue
Yep.
7.
Yep.
Someone's asking, how long does it take Dan to do a head sketch and a full figure?
That's a good question. I think it kind of depends, but
yeah.
it depends. Like,
We haven't timed it.
yeah, I haven't really timed it.
Sometimes like the Beta Ray Bill ones, I can like know like the back of my head. Oh, this is oh my gosh, what is this?
Yeah, pro wrestler.
No, it's Orange Cassidy.
All right,
he has a
Orange
shtick where he
Cassidy.
puts his hands in his pockets.
All right.
So like with Orange Cassidy, it took me a little longer because I gotta make sure it looks like him.
Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill, I got kind of luchador. Oh, there's me. I need
There's
to
you.
erase that.
Okay. okay.
I'm such a nerd.
And you know, Dan's the default would be to draw the character as a wrestler, but if you wanted the regular version, we do that, and there's a regular Batman. I think this is one of the very, very few regular requests. But I mean, look how many Dan has done just in the course of one night. Don't forget, he didn't come in till late yesterday afternoon, and we've just been cranking away. Who's this guy?
Oh, that's Finn Balor.
Okay.
In his it was a very specific WWE character that he did. I don't remember the name. Oh, this is Jeff Hardy. And Batman as a
Batman.
wrestler. The Demon. Thank you, Roberto.
Another Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah. Chunky Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Another Yua. Oh, Jerry the King Lawler.
Whoa.
A lot of people like this when I post on social media. That one stood out to people.
Anyone ask
Trying
for
to get
Andy
the likeness.
Kaufman?
The likenesses are really tough. Doing my best.
I like that Superman.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this Liger pose.
Yeah. This one is just. Someone asked for Spider-Man. We allowed it. Check that out. You've never seen Spidey like that before. There are a gazillion variants of Spidey. I mean, just look at the upcoming Spider-Verse. But is there a wrestler Spidey? Not until now. Marvel's totally going to steal that.
This is I really like this one.
Cool. And by the way, you know, if you asked for Murder Falcon and you were flipping through here and you go, oh, I like that one especially. I hope I get that one. Look, I don't decide who gets what. Your names are written on the back. Dan he draws it according to the list that we provide and he writes the person's name on the back. So there's no like picking and choosing on my part. It's almost random that way. Here's Yua.
Yep.
Another Murph.
Yep.
And toward the end here. And Yua. So lots of Yuas.
Yeah.
Okay. So awesome. Guys, if you like this and you want your chance because you missed it last week, you get another chance tomorrow, and then that's it. We don't have too many of the black and white ones, and there's only so many of the color ones we can do because Dan has to leave Friday morning. But you put in your order tomorrow. When you get the invoice from me, pay it off, and we will add you to the list, and Dan will do it. We did this many your last trip in 2021, and during that trip we even worked in a side trip to LA. So I know we can get this done.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's it.
Hustling. I'm
Okay,
hustling.
you know what? Let me show off some of this. I want to show off some of this art.
Sure.
Show off some of this art. Bring it back over here, Yams. Let me show people this because I think this is pretty cool. So the week before we took the print list, we opened up your 4x6 and 6x9 show lists for your upcoming shows. So you're doing you have a bunch of appearances in the next month and a half or so, starting with WonderCon, C2E2, Naples, and this week you're going to be in Berkeley. So there were sketch opportunities, people who wanted to pick up their sketches could get on the list. So of course, as with all DWJ lists, and especially when it comes to sketches and commissions, it went fast. We got something like 300 requests in under a minute.
Crazy.
So it was absolutely insane. So these 4x6 sketches we started doing last year at shows. And the way it works is you come to us in the morning, we hand you a ticket, tell you what time to come back, and you wait in line while Dan draws your sketch 4x6. And it's a very affordable way to get an original piece by Dan. Those of you who have tried for a while know just how difficult it is to get art by Dan. And if you're at a show, we wanted to give people an opportunity. So this was our 4x6 list that Dan asked to take ahead of time because for various reasons, including the fact that at WonderCon, he'll have his family with him. In Italy, it's mostly a vacation for him and his wife. He doesn't know how much he's going to be able to draw at the show, so he wanted to do some beforehand so fans there could have something. But if you get on the list at a show, and I've been posting them on social media, it's a headshot and it's pretty cool. But Dan just just added this little extra when he did it at home. So congratulations to everyone who got on the list because you're going to see some really cool art. This is 4x6. It's small, but someone like Dan can accomplish a lot even on a 4x6 piece of paper. So let's take a look through here. What character is this, Dan?
Oh, that's Dunin from Appleseed.
For Appleseed. And look, it's almost a half body and you got all this weaponry there. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Here you have a murder falcon.
Yep.
And that's great. So these typically at shows we do like headshots. That's what they are. They're headshots. Yeah. And again, I think when you're at home, no distractions. You draw what you draw, and what comes out is could be something really, exceptional and more than just a headshot. So again, congrats to everyone who got on the list. I'm going to go back to that later. Silver Surfer. Boy, that's all ink on this one. I can really feel it.
That actually, I did no pencils.
Wow. Here we got Beast.
Yeah. Happy with that one.
Yeah, you know what? People's names are on the back, so I
Yeah.
better not. I'll just do it that way. Yeah. Cool. Indy.
Yep.
Thanks for monitoring, Jason.
Evan Kingston loves the sad Silver Surfer. Thank you, Evan.
Okay. Galactus.
Yep. I don't believe I used pencil for that either.
Wow. This is Princess Leia, right? Is
Yep.
it Boosh?
Yep. Also, no pencil.
Wow. You went straight to ink.
Straight to inks.
A lot of confidence there.
This is
Dragon Lady.
Thank you.
Dragon Lady from Terry and the Pirates.
Yes. Really happy with this one.
Yeah. Gundam RX-78.
Yeah.
Classic Gundam.
This was Artist Choice Star Wars, and I picked Zev Sineska, I think, from Empire Strikes Back. I found him. I've found him, and he's got the nosebleed right before he blows up. Love it. One of my favorite things.
Oh yeah, that
is
Puck.
Yeah.
Hey, you're moving
That's
right
good.
along, okay. Yeah, Puck.
Yeah. Artist Choice X-Men.
Okay. Psylocke.
Yep.
Baron Karza.
No pencil for this one either.
Yeah, this is a classic Micronauts.
No pencils on the Puck either. I know it doesn't really matter that I didn't use pencil, but it saves me some time. So, this is for Metal Gear Solid, a character from Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
It's a Ninja Cyborg. I forget their name though. That's from an annual. The monster. From X-Men Annual, I believe.
Okay.
I can't remember the name though. An Ultraman. This is
I can't remember. Someone asked for like Spider-Man being overtaken by a symbiote or something.
Yep. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a Darth Vader.
Yeah, of course.
No pencils on this one either.
Straight to inks. The Great Machine from Ex Machina is a comic
Nice.
Lambert and I liked a lot.
That was almost all with a parallel pen.
And the Supergirl. This definitely has it. I know they asked for like Helen Slater Supergirl.
Yep.
But this definitely has that Woman of Tomorrow feel too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I don't know a ton about Supergirl. I just kind of Google image Helen Slater Supergirl and drew that.
All right, so those are 4x6s. Let's take a look at some. You did a couple 6x9s, so we also took some 6x9s for the shows, and this is Mobius's Arzak for a good pal of ours who I believe is in the audience. Congratulations, you lucky dog! Look how fantastic that is. Yeah,
I'm really happy with that one.
Yeah, this is. I think this is one of the best 6x9s I've seen from you.
Really?
I love this one.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You know what's funny? I forget who it was. Somebody was giving me big props for drawing that creature with his mouth open.
Yeah.
Apparently, it just always has mouth closed.
And just as I say that, check out this one. Murder Falcon.
I'm really happy with this one.
Yeah. And so you got Murph and you have Jake. This was a 2-character request.
Yep.
So they're both on here.
Yeah.
Okay. And so these are 6x9s. We also have his proper commissions. The last list we took in 2020, 9x12. These are the real thing. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, you can see this is Wolverine slicing and dicing his foes.
And holding his guts in.
Yes, holding his guts in. So you can kind of tell the difference between the 4x6, the 6x9, and the 9x12s, what you're getting. Obviously, this is the hardest list to get on. We are hoping to be able to open it up later this year. Everyone asks me, how do I get on the Daniel Warren Johnson list? Well, you got to sign up for our newsletter. We give everyone the same shot. When the list opens, you pretty much have to jump on it because it closes right up. It fills up fast. The last list we took was like 50-something requests, and we took an extra long list last time because
It was 55.
it was the pandemic. We weren't sure what that would mean for publishing. Thought you might have a lot of time to do commissions.
I was still drawing Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
Yeah.
And now there was a rumor going around at DC that it was going to be pencils down.
Yeah.
So
So we thought we had time.
I said, Felix, let's open the floodgates.
Yeah. Well, good news is industry kept chugging along, was stronger than ever. But that also meant you didn't have so much time to do these commissions. So it's been 3 years. But you can tell the wait is worth it. And anybody who doesn't feel like waiting, no problem. I'll give you a refund. This is, these are just amazing. This is Deadpool taking on a band of ninjas.
Very happy with the left sword. I just am really into that sword.
Yeah, this is for a good friend of ours in Spain. His name is Alvaro. Everyone, please send good vibes his way. We wish Alvaro nothing but the best. We will be FedExing this to him so that he can get it ASAP. All right, and here we have this Murder Falcon, which I think is this is one of the best Murder Falcon pieces you've done. This thing could be a cover, could be a poster. It's just kick ass. Great job on this one.
Bands over
Yeah,
there.
to a pal of ours, very
You
patient.
should be doing backflips
Yeah.
right now.
And manga subjects are quite fitting for you too, Dan.
Yes.
This is a boxing manga,
Hajime no Ippo.
Hajime no Ippo, and check this out.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic.
Happy with that one.
So those are the 9x12s, but let's take a look at the Murder Falcon ones again because this really gives you an idea of the difference between the sizes and what you're getting. Again, this is a 4x6 Murder Falcon, and here's we graduate to 6x9, and then 9x12. So yeah, there it is. I think no better way to demonstrate the difference between the sizes than seeing them all together like this. Yeah, you guys have a preference. I mean, I want to feel like, you pay up for a proper commission like the 9x12. You're going to get something absolutely spectacular. But even if you just get on the 4x6 list, you still get something really cool and unique and 100% DWJ. So congrats to everyone. Okay.
Felix,
Yeah.
question. How do you decide what artists you rep?
That's a really great question. And first and foremost, I have to like the art. I have to be a fan of the artist. I have to want to collect the art myself. And also, if I see an artist that I think shows a lot of promise, I'll take a chance. And case in point, Daniel Warren Johnson. I found Daniel Warren Johnson back in 2013 online. He was doing a comic called Space Mullet. And if you go back just 10 years ago, Daniel's art doesn't look like it looks like now. I mean, look, it was cool. It was cool.
but it wasn't just like, you know, your eyeballs falling out of your head. It was still pretty rough, still pretty raw. And, you know, like Daniel likes to say, I mean, at that time, you know, at Artist Alley, he was doing zombie portrait commissions. You know, draw me, my wife, and my kid as zombies, and that's kind of where he was. Now, I will be like full disclosure, totally honest. I did not have any idea that Daniel Warren Johnson would become Daniel Warren Johnson, would be doing stuff like this, you know. But what I saw was a guy who created his own comic in his free time out of pure passion, Space Mullet. And I don't think he cared if anyone saw it or read it. He was just doing it for the love of it. And I think anybody who works like that, has that kind of passion, that kind of love for the art form, there's a chance, you know, and he's gonna get better. And he's gonna keep working. And the analogy I like to use is, it's like watching, you know, old school kung fu movie. You have like the skinny farm kid, and he's practicing kung fu, and all of a sudden, you know, he emerges and he's like freaking Bolo, you know. So that's Daniel Warren Johnson. So yeah, very, very happy, very proud. I mean, you know, you earned this, man.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just you just kick ass.
thank you.
So great job.
How awesome would it be to have a zombie portrait of yourself done by Daniel Warren Johnson? Right?
From back then, I mean, that, you
Yeah,
know what?
That's what I
I
wondered. Because
mean,
like when
that
I
would be
first,
like-
because like when I was doing those zombie portraits, like I was trying to get the word out about Space Mullet, but those Comic-Con tables are so expensive. That's why I did the zombie portraits, and I mean I did hundreds and hundreds. I mean thousands really, and when it's all come down to it. So I wonder if there's anybody who sees my art now and it's like, I have a zombie portrait by him.
All right, guys, we have prizes, and we're going to award attentive viewership. So we're gonna give away a sketch copy of Do a Powerbomb #1, first printing, out of print, can't get it in the store, but we're gonna give away one for free with an original Daniel Warren Johnson sketch on. He's working on it right now, and this is gonna be pretty killer. So you just have to answer a trivia question. What year did I come across Daniel Warren Johnson? What year did I find Daniel Warren Johnson? If you know the answer, I got LoSap NJ. Good job, LoSap. Fantastic.
right.
Congratulations.
New Jersey.
Yep. LoSap NJ. LoSap NJ for the win.
Boy.
Good job. Brett Feschuk said, everyone said 2013. Brett Feschuk said 2015. Oh, Brett. Congrats to everyone. Here it is. Do a Powerbomb #1 with your Daniel Warren Johnson sketch. Congrats to Ross.
Steve Johnson answered 1987.
That's when he sired Daniel Warren Johnson. Because I beat you. You think you're special? You found him on DeviantArt. I made him.
I have to say, Mr. Johnson's very humble because he gave credit to the egg too previously in the chat room.
Yes,
He said,
yes.
"Don't forget about the egg."
Yes,
We've been
well,
waxing,
well,
you
look,
know,
that
about his sperm.
Listen,
but you know,
that's understood. That goes
Yes,
unsaid.
yes.
That's yeah. Yeah. No, anyway, that I wouldn't bring up Mrs. Johnson in that kind of context. Mr. Johnson, sure.
well, he did. Mr. Johnson said it.
Hey, you know what? We've been talking all about Dan. Let's not forget our pal Ryan Sook. I want to show something really cool, guys. And this is Lambert's.
Yes.
Lambert's Quest, which he has been on since when?
Well, when I had it, I think the first signature in there was 2010.
So this has been going since 2010.
Yeah,
This
but
is
on and off.
This is the Wednesday Comics hardcover collection. And those of you who may remember, Wednesday Comics was a special DC project created, spearheaded by Mark Chiarello, one of the creative geniuses
Yeah,
in
without
comics.
doubt.
And you know, DC was lucky to have him. I wish he was still there. But he did something called Wednesday Comics, which is sort of like a tabloid newspaper size, you know, paying homage to the old Sunday comics. It was giant format, and some artists really took advantage of the format. They didn't just scale up the art to fit the format. They actually took advantage of the scale, of the size. And I think no one did that better than Ryan Sook.
and Ryan's contribution is commanding. So anyway, they ultimately collected it in this humongous hardcover, gorgeous edition. Those of you who have it, congratulations. This thing is out of print and it goes for a lot of money on eBay and Amazon. Well, Lambert got it and he went on a quest. So come on over here, Yams. We're gonna show everyone. Lambert can tell us his story.
Well, not much of a story. I'm just a big nerd.
So you think you started this around 2010, right?
Yeah, I believe so. It was like right a little bit after this came out.
Okay. And what was your quest?
Well, I just started getting people to sign it. I was at a show and I brought it with me.
So these are all the creators who worked on it, and you just wanted to get their signatures.
And at that show, coincidentally, you had I think Dave Bullock was there. I think Galloway was there. Mr. Kubert, Joe Kubert was there. So I think I was able to get a lot of these signatures right away at that show.
Right,
so I think over here, yeah, okay, so Kubert's here on this side, Carl Kershaw, who never does shows as far as I know.
Yeah. So some of these
and
guys
he happened
are
to be there.
super tough gets.
Yeah.
Like, you said circa 2010, you could still get a Dave Bullock. I haven't seen Dave Bullock at a show maybe since then.
Yeah.
So this is really cool.
I totally lucked out.
Yeah.
And then some of them were nice enough to draw head sketches in there for me.
Yeah.
And through no prodding of my own.
That's Amanda, right?
Yeah, that's Amanda. That's Garcia Lopez.
Wow.
And that's Carl Kershaw.
Okay, so
Selfreeze.
and in the front you actually
Canetti.
got one of my favorites, Eduardo Riso, to draw
I
ahead.
just got this, I think, at the last New York Comic Con.
But you know what? Even more impressive than this
Yes.
is in the back.
Yes. So here's the story. I was coming here anyway, and then Felix calls me up. What was it? It was only a couple days before I left, right? And he told me, "Hey, surprise! Guess who's gonna maybe show up? Ryan Sook."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, can I bring my Wednesday comics?" He said, "You might as well try." So I bought it, and Ryan was kind enough to do this sketch in the back. It's just amazing.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This is like, you have to lug this thing around just to get one single signature,
I would have gotten on a Greyhound bus from New Jersey.
And by the way, you would have
if you told me this was an option.
and you would have been good just with that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really all you
on
want.
the other page. Yes, that's all I really wanted. So I would have gotten on the Greyhound bus.
Yeah,
if you told me Ryan made that the condition for you to get the sketch in the back, I would have been on that bus.
Yeah. You got the,
It would have been like Ratso Rizzo or whatever.
you got the bonus plan.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this is our next prize, and look, this one's a freaking gimme.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's a gimme.
Oh my God.
This is Ryan's Dark Crisis Batman. This is a gorgeous comic, and I really hope DC does more with this Batman because this is Ryan's Batman. This is 100% Ryan's creation, Ryan's design. How did you come up with this design, Ryan?
Well, Cy Spurrier he wrote the script, and it was a chance to do a Batman like we hadn't seen before, kind of a post-apocalyptic, Batman in a world gone dark. So we had fun. It was a challenge, Batman's been done in different styles and Elseworld versions and stuff a million times, but it was fun to tackle it and sort of take Cy's vision through the script into a new design.
Well, the design, definitely, you look at the silhouette, okay, that's Batman.
Right.
But if you look at him closely, the details are all different. The ears aren't pointy, they're slightly curved, and there's no chest on them except for that gear symbol. So I love this Batman. It's great looking, and
Thanks.
the art you produced, to me, is it sounds like a cliche, but I defy anyone to disagree because you look at all the art you've done. You look at this Batman. I mean, I thought it's like you actually set out to impress people, and you definitely impressed me. And we dropped the art, and every single page sold, both covers sold. So congratulations. Anyway, this is a signed copy, first print, signed right there. You can see Sook. And anybody who can answer this question, what year did Lambert begin his quest to get his Wednesday Comics hardcover signed by everyone who contributed to it. Anybody?
Let's see.
Okay, we got
Wow.
we got a winner. We got Michael Patrick Sullivan, 2010. And we also, you know what?
Almost everyone.
We got a 2012 from Roberto Zenzi and Carlos Mo, 2014. Sorry guys, but mostly 2010s. A 2009 from Pal Cards Games and Comics. I think these are people who are like watching, like one eye watching us, the other eye like
Exactly.
I don't know, watching a game or something.
Well, Joe Eden guessed 1885, and I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Yeah. That's you know
I
what?
think he should be. He should earn demerits for that. So if you win something next time,
It cancels. It's
It
canceled
cancels
out.
it
Yes.
out
Yes.
for that
Thank you.
stupid,
Thank you
guess.
again. Maybe
sorry, Mr. Eden, but that's just a stupid guess.
for
You-
this round we are Lambert Comic Garden. We're not Felix
Yes,
Comic.
yes.
These are Lambert Comic Art rules.
My arcane rules.
You think-
despotic rules apply?
You think you can be a smartass for the 1885?
That's right. Yeah,
We'll
with
show
Felix, you can get away with it, not with me.
All right, you know what? And we have another prize, and this thing is gorgeous. Ryan relaunched a Legion of Superheroes with Brian Michael Bendis a couple years ago. We had all the art, and it's all
gosh.
gone. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we sold out all of it, haven't we? Like
Yeah.
every single piece. And this is the first issue, first print, with a gorgeous sketch of Saturn. Because it's a
Shadowlash.
Shadowlash on here, signed by Ryan. And this is, and boy, that 1885 guy is going to really rue.
He's already very upset.
This is a gimme. He could have won this.
He might
and
be
now
the
he's-
biggest Legion fan ever too. It's,
And
you know
now-
those Legion
and now
guys,
he's out
they're
with
nuts.
with that 1885 guess.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Look how beautiful that is. That almost looks like it was part of the printed cover. That's how beautiful that is.
and
and
1885.
1885,
He
he
have a
fucked
chance
up.
to get. Okay. The question is, what was Ryan's comic in Wednesday Comics? What did he draw in Wednesday Comics? Let's see if you guys get that. And by the way, if you win a prize, you have to email me because I'm not going to know who you are. I'm not going to know where to send this. Somehow you guys think it's just going to magically appear. You got to email me, please.
With your YouTube name, with the name.
Yeah,
that
so I
they're
know
on
who
it,
you
too.
are.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we get here?
Oh, it says 1885. 1885 claims he's from New Jersey. I don't know. Yeah, we are that obnoxious and sarcastic. So.
That doesn't
All right.
that doesn't save you.
Yeah.
It looks like Victor Bracamontes. Congratulations, Victor.
Nice.
Victor, you won a sketched copy of Legion of Superheroes by Ryan Sook. Good job. We got Michael Patrick Sullivan guesses Dead Man. We got Ian Brunson.
He's obviously watching
Batman.
Office reruns
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
Stop watching Office reruns.
All right, good job, guys. Good job, everyone who guessed Commandy, 1885. I know you knew the answer, but you already took yourself out already, so too bad. All right, let's. Jason, we got any other questions?
Not many questions. An earlier question was, is Space Mullet going to be collected?
That's a good question.
It's a great question, and I would say stay tuned. The answer may be sooner than you think.
Wow!
Mm.
Wow!
Whoa.
Wow!
Interesting question.
Well, so it will be collected, but how about this? Will there be more Space Will the adventures continue?
Can't promise that.
Oh,
Okay.
I can't promise that.
All right.
I can promise if it does come, there will be stuff that was not in the first printing.
You talk about a leap of faith. I found a guy on DeviantArt, okay, with a comic called Space Mullet, and I still took a chance. You know? Space Mullet. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
and it was so good too. Ben H wants to know if Ryan is going to do any East Coast shows anytime soon.
Not in the foreseeable future, but that can change. Thanks.
Listen, I had to come to California to get him to sign my Wednesday comics. Okay, that's your answer, really.
I'm leaning towards only local shows and moving into the zombie portraiture side.
Very lucrative. That apparently is the launching.
Yeah, launching
Right,
that.
that's the next step. So you'll have to come out.
You learn from the best. All right.
Yo Curry's asking if Ryan collects art, and if so, what is your favorite piece in your collection?
I do collect some art, and I have some great stuff in my collection. Most of it is from people that I've either collaborated with or worked with over the years, or just been a fan of. But one of my favorite things that I own is something that I bought when I was about 17 at San Diego, and I bumped into Michael Kaluta, who sold sketches and prelims at a price that a 17-year-old kid could walk out of San Diego Con with something in his hand. And he did these prelims for one of his paintings. I think it was for a Spectre cover that he did. And they're door knockers that he designed, and they're huge on tracing paper and incredibly elaborate. They look something like the theater faces, and they're just, they are just gorgeous. And I love everything Kaluta ever drew, and to be able to own something that he drew is a real treasure. And it was a great thing to meet him, because he was really encouraging, and what a talent, you know. So
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, that's a prize in my collection.
So cool.
And then you went on to draw Spectre.
I did. I
Yeah.
went on to draw the Spectre, and yeah, and Neil Adams was at his table. I recall, came by to talk to him while a friend of mine and I were standing there with him, and he said he was very kind to us, and he said, all right, Michael, you know, enjoy talking to the boys, but let's go get some lunch. And that was the end of my conversation with him. And right before that, he had sold me some art, so it was a great experience and fun stuff talking to those guys.
We have a question from Iman Winkle. Is there a dream comic or character DWJ would like to work on?
There is.
Mm.
There is.
Can you talk about it?
No.
Oh,
Can you sort of give us a hint?
No.
does it rhyme with Gatman? Gatman and Bobbin? Not to give anything away.
I can neither confirm nor deny that statement.
Whoa, you're teasing Lambert.
Now you're really getting me. What is Ryan currently working on from Mason
Well,
Chavin?
I'm working on something I'm very excited about, and I still draw comics. And no, I've been hard at work
well,
for the last.
I know
Is it a secret?
you are not ready to announce, but
Okay.
we were lucky enough that Ryan brought the art to. I've seen scans, but he brought the art so we could check it out in person, and it's always a different experience to see original art in person. I think we all agree on that, right, Jason?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no comparison. But as blown away as I was to see the scans, I mean, holding the art in my hands, you guys just be ready. This is an amazing project. Ryan was, you know, the best writers in comics want to work with Ryan. You know, Brian Michael Bendis. So this next one, you can probably guess, but absolute, I don't know, top 3 writer right now in terms of popularity. And it's going to be a fantastic project, and the art is amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love that cover.
Thanks.
You're not done with the first issue yet, but
Yeah.
sorry to say, I have a pretty strong feeling that first issue is going to go complete, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's a great project though. The writer's great, the script is great, and it's the first time in my entire career, and I've never worked with a writer. I've worked with the best. I've worked with Grant Morrison. I worked with DeMatteis. I worked with, you know, Mike Mignola. I've worked with tons of great writers and creators over the years, and I've never had. It's a 6-issue series. It's going to be collected, and the writer turned in all of the scripts before I drew the first page, and it's excellent. It's outstanding. So I've never had a chance to work on a project in that way before, but I'm really excited to bring it to completion.
It's awesome.
Okay. Great questions, guys.
Jason Franklin asked for the artists, what up and coming or current artists inspire you?
Oh man. Let me think of a artist that is maybe something that I haven't said before. I've been looking at a lot of Beksinski art, the painter. He painted a bunch of like, it's kind of sci-fi-ish, kind of like, I don't know what the official term is. He's from Poland, and the paintings are actually inspiring my writing, which is really cool. And I've been trying to read more books lately, and I just read Ducks by Kate Beaton. That was also very inspiring. You know, more as kind of like a writer, artist, and just the whole presentation of that book I thought was fantastic and really got me thinking about the kind of work I want to make in the future. So yeah, Beksinski and Kate Beaton. Can't imagine two artists farther apart in style, but yeah, those are the two for me right now.
Weren't you saying earlier Trad Moore's Doctor Strange?
Yes, Trad is, I mean, Trad is like, he's so insane that I can't imagine like taking anything like home with me to my own work from it, because like reading Doctor Strange, it's like, I'll never draw like this. I'll never even like, it's so forward thinking in its presentation and execution. I mean, it's just kind of it's the kind of thing where you're like, they're gonna make a documentary about this, and they're gonna probably interview me about it, so I can talk about how cool it was. It's that good. So it's like, it's almost like one of those things where I don't want to, you know, I don't want to embarrass Trad too much, but like, it's kind of like looking at a painting from, I don't know, 200 years ago and being like, well, he changed the game.
Wow.
So.
All right.
And then Ryan?
Your check is in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, I've been thinking about, that's a hard question to answer because there's so many really talented artists working right now that I find incredibly inspiring. I always like to see, I don't know who's considered new, you know. Considered new to me somewhat because I'm a bit of a dinosaur, but I love Dan Morris stuff, especially for superhero work. I think is brilliant. I think I was talking with Lambert earlier today, and there's a Greek artist. Her name is Danny. She goes by Danny Strips on Instagram, but you can see her work. Her work is phenomenal. There's just so many. There's too many talented people to even name. I can hardly keep them straight.
Well, you got on Lambert's good side for sure with that. Lambert's a huge fan. As a matter of fact, another one of our artists, Riley Rossman's.
Right.
I think between you and Riley, you've bought up like 90% of the original art that's sold.
Well, Riley was one who kind of introduced her work to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was blown away. Yeah.
Riley's
Great.
a great
Yeah,
artist.
Riley's great.
Too. Yeah, he's a phenomenal comic book creator. And I was saying I just finished reading Murder Falcon, and the guy's pretty good. He does an all right job of, you know, doing comic stuff. And I love Dan's stuff. I think he's great. And
We give all credit to Steve Johnson and his loins.
Ultimately, credit goes to Steve Johnson's loins.
no, there's so many people working right now that are young and upcoming, and they're great. And I can't hardly keep track of all of them. So mostly I look at old comics because when I look at new stuff, it's daunting, but no, there's great stuff coming out. I love it all.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Well, I think Mr. Johnson.
Ryan, this is from Ben H. Who's been your favorite writer to work with so far?
Oh, that's a good question. My favorite writer to work with so far. God, that's really challenging. It would probably be easier to say who was the most challenging writer to work with, but I've enjoyed working with all of them for different reasons. The one I guess I'd have to focus on the one I'm working with right now, and who I can't name. That's kind of sad, but it's a great script. So let me go back. One of my favorite writers of all time is John Arcudi. and I got to do a short story with him recently, one for Wonder Woman, Black and Gold, and he's a writer that to me has a great ability not only to pen a great story for an audience, but he is technically a great script writer. When I read his scripts, I have no question of what needs to happen to tell this story. And I'm not limited, I'm kind of liberated and able to draw what works best. I think he's brilliant. I really think he's an underrated writer and a great writer.
Well, speaking of John Arcudi, we actually have a little bit of trivia.
Oh.
Because our own James Herron
Right.
worked with John Arcudi on a creator-owned title called Rumble.
Right.
And had a very strong cult following, and people love the art. Sold the heck out of the art. I think we only have just a handful of pages left out of however many hundreds of pages we've had. But the trivia is that James Herron did not design that Scarecrow character. It was actually,
It was me.
it was you.
That's
It was
true.
you. So still tell us about that. How did that happen?
John, like I said, he's a brilliant writer, and I hesitate to say I designed the character because James brought it to life, but I did design it. And if you look back in ancient history at an old comic that Dark Horse put out called DHP, you might remember DHP. It was a great stomping ground for people who were
Dark Horse Presents.
Dark Horse Presents. And you saw great stories from, people who were legends at the time, like Frank Miller would put short stories in there that would be collected. And you'd also have a chance for new artists to do something and get something printed that they had nowhere else to go with. And at that time, I'd been working in comics for about 2 years, and Arcudi brought me a comic called Ragnarok. And Ragnarok was our first attempt at that storyline, and he eventually evolved into Rathrak. And that's who Rumble is about. And James killed it. He just owned it, so that is interesting trivia. Yeah, there's some history there with John and I and that character, but James is another one of those guys who's nothing but inspiring when you see what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
And what he did with that design was make it his own, and then design a whole world around it to make a great book. So
What's interesting about Arcudi, I also think he's a fantastic writer. I was reading his BPRD stuff after Mignola. I think they were co-writing it, but I know John was doing a lot of the heavy lifting after like during the BPRD with like Johan and all those. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I read that all through college and I was a big fan, and we actually somehow got connected. I don't remember how. We've never met in person, but we had a lot of email correspondence and we talked on the phone a few times, and he gave me some really great advice when I was looking for a home for Space Mullet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he of course was a big fan of Dark Horse and sang their praises, and he was one of the reasons why I got some of my stuff and my start at Dark Horse as well. So
Very cool.
thank you, John.
Yeah, John's a great guy. He's a great writer to work with. Really thoughtful writer, and great for an artist to get a chance to collaborate with.
I think someone previously had asked, how was it working with Dave Gibbons as a writer?
It was great. I didn't have any sort of, we didn't have any sort of connection other than a couple of emails and the scripts. But I liked what he did with Commandy, and my goal was just to try and drive. Again, he's another writer who's been around the bend and knows how to write a script that you can draw. Because he's not only a great writer, but he's a talented artist, obviously.
Yeah.
So, that was a great collaboration too. I also enjoyed working with Grant Morrison. He was probably one of my favorite writers to work with, and also simultaneously one of the most challenging writers to work with. I got scripts from him that I did not understand what was asked of me, and then I got scripts from him that I thought, wow, this is amazing. So, and sometimes they were the same script. So, I really liked working with him, but it was challenging at times. Yeah.
We're waiting for Felix.
No, go ahead. I'm about to take care of something real quick here. You guys keep going.
Is there a lot of like verbal collaboration? Do you guys talk to each other, or is it mostly email, script, that type of situation? I imagine working with like a Grant Morrison to just be like, here's your script, to figure it out.
Yeah, for the most part, my experience, I mean, with the best writers, some of them I've developed great friendships with, like John. When I was working with Mignola, we talked frequently. But most of the time, it's just you get a script and you do what you can to try and bring that to life in the best way possible. And sometimes you succeed, and sometimes the writers are very happy, and sometimes they're probably not. But yeah, I've been really blessed to get to work with some of the top guys in the biz. So it's probably just for sticking around long enough, you know what I mean? But it's great stuff.
Oh, can I get some more black and whites? I ran out of paper.
All right.
Yeah.
This is how the cookie is made right now. I ran out of paper, and now I need more. So bear with us, as I have two people now, Lambert and Felix, both looking for something at the same time.
We're good.
Hit that like button, please.
Hit
All
that
these
like
people
button,
you
guys. Help out the show.
Hey Yams, is it possible for you to come around and film me while I do one of these?
Yeah, that's good.
Actually, hold on to that for a sec.
Okay, we're holding on.
Because we're gonna do that in a sec. But keep answering the questions.
Okay.
There was a question, oh man. Are there any new mediums that D-Dubs or Ryan are looking to try?
When you say when they say mediums, I wonder if they mean like art tools or like
What do they mean?
Yeah.
Formats.
Yeah, format.
I can piggyback.
Who
on
asked that question? We can ask them for clarification.
I'm really kind of into the whole 3D printing thing. I don't know much about it, but I'd love the idea of making my own action figures or my own figures that I could somehow, sell or share. Or I really like working in 3D. I don't have time to do it now, but before I was full time doing art, I would buy a lot of Super Sculpey and kind of fake my way through it. And actually, I was a big Mass Effect fan, and I have a Super Sculpey sculpt of Garrus from Mass Effect, and it looks really awesome. It's in my closet gathering dust. This is sad, actually. I really need to get on this. Other than that, though, I've been painting a lot with acrylic wash, like in my sketchbook, and I'm using the Posca pens, the paint pens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love them.
Those are, yeah, right?
Yeah, they're great.
Oh, so like, those kind of like, they feel a little bit like gouache a little bit, where it's just, you get a layer down and you just kind of, it's like designy,
Yep.
and I've been playing a lot more with color lately, so,
Very cool.
yeah. I try and do a lot of plein air painting, but like, after drawing so much during the day, on the weekend, I just kind of want to play golf.
Nice.
Or guitar, one of those two.
I know. I keep waiting for the Dan Johnson composed intro to the Felix Comic Art podcast to come in any time now.
I'm happy
the
to do it.
face melting intro to the.
I'm surprised Felix hasn't done that yet.
I'm telling you, I've been waiting for it.
Gotta
for
get
a while
content.
now.
I also do like electronic music as well.
All right.
I have too many hobbies. Felix, you gotta say this.
Speaking of your hobby, I have a question from my pal, Jiggy Cruz,
Oh,
all the way from the Philippines. He wants to know, are you going to Wrestle Kingdom next year? Is
so
that the one in Japan?
I almost went to Wrestle Kingdom this past year, but I have a 1-year-old at home and a 5-year-old, so I was thinking about maybe trying to go, and then I thought my marriage is more important.
Yes.
And I was gonna go for just like 3 days to go to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes. And
but I couldn't swing it. Also, by the time I looked at tickets, they were like $2,000.
Oy.
So maybe next year, might go to Japan this year in the fall. It's a maybe. But the only sad thing about that is there's not a lot of good wrestling events in the fall as far as New Japan is concerned. It's just it's their off season. So yeah, but it's a maybe. It's a maybe. So yeah.
Oh boy, this is an interesting question from Joe Tunis. Might be a little something lost in translation perhaps, but he wants to know, he goes, I would like to know if DWJ that barely have time to breed because of drawing so much and a chance to add any new original artwork to his collection.
Well,
You have two kids.
I do.
One born within last 15 months or so.
Yeah, we're 12 years old. 12 months old.
Yeah. So I guess he did have time to make a second child.
Somehow, yeah.
And also, have you added any new original artwork to your collection?
I got a page from Fury by Garth Ennis and Goran Parlov. Actually, I don't even think Fury is on the page. There was a top panel of a Jeep that Goran had drawn. Incredible stuff. And then I also got a gift that I've gotten a few things, nothing absolutely crazy, but I did get a gift from Matthias Bergara, who actually did a fan piece of Murder Falcon for me.
That's right.
And it is something. I mean, it is right above my drawing desk. So my drawing desk faces the wall. It's like the wall's right here, and it is right there. I mean, it's right there. He's one of my absolute favorite artists. I should have mentioned him as an inspiration.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, there's too many.
There's too many.
There's too many. But he did that. He just did that piece, and he put it on Instagram. And
Nice.
I messaged him. I'm like, look, I'll pay any price. And I'm gonna tell Felix I'll pay any price. You know, please let me have this.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is actually gonna be a gift for you.
Ah.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
I know he's there.
So here we got another question from Victor Bracamontes. What's Dan's favorite Dual Powerbomb variant cover? You did a lot. How many covers? It's a 7-issue series, so you did the 7 regular covers. How many extra covers did you do?
My favorite variant cover is one that I did for Golden Apple that I loved so much.
Okay, I guess this answers the question for all of you who wanted to know. Hey, is this original ever going to go on for sale? Up for sale? No, it never did because Dan kept one piece from the entire series. He's perfectly within his rights to keep as many pieces as he wants, but this is the one he decided to keep, and this is the variant cover for Golden Apple Comics, and it's become more than that. It is also.
It's also the trade paperback cover now.
Why did you decide? So if for the trade paperback, which comes out Wednesday, by the way, grab it at your local comic shop. You'll see that this is the cover. The back cover is a great image of Lona and Cobra-san fighting on like a ladder.
Yep.
And that was originally meant to be the front cover, the main cover. Tell us your thought process. What made you decide to make that change?
Well, I was coming up with the cover concept for the trade paperback, which is the most daunting task for me, other than writing from nothing, of making a book, is coming up with that volume 1. What is that? What is the book on like Amazon and Barnes and Noble going to look like? You know, it's very intense. It's the kind of image that lives forever on the internet. It is what a lot of laymen and maybe people who don't necessarily go to the comic book store see first when they see this project that you've been working on for so long. It's just I get very in my head about it. I really loved the way that this concept of the ladder, like Lona and Cobra-san, the main characters of Do a Powerbomb, fighting off kind of the bad guys on the kind of chasing them up a ladder. And it just like, I was always drawing it. I was actually drawing it on Fridays with D-Dubs. And I was just so pissed because it wasn't coming out the way I wanted. I just wasn't vibing with it at all. And then I just kind of thought to myself, like I sent it in, tried to forget about it. And usually when I do an interior page of a comic, it is truly in service to the story. So if maybe a page inside a book is not totally working, you know, I do have a life and I have kids and I got a wife, and I can't just make it everything perfect. So I do try and move on, and if I've got the job done, I take it easy. But with the cover of the trade paperback, it just has to be perfect, or as close to perfect as I can get it. And honestly, when it came down to like, what is the perfect image, one image of Do a Powerbomb that I am the most proud of, it is this cover. And so I was just like, well, let's just make it the trade paperback cover, because like if this doesn't sell the book in one image, like it doesn't get into like necessarily the kind of like fantastical elements that happen in the story, but it's, I feel, an image that like really draws you in. Mike Spicer also colored the SHIT out of it. I mean, he really killed it. I feel like the image is so inviting, and it just does the job. And then I used the cover that I didn't like, or didn't like as much, on the back, which introduces more of the mystical elements. Because the first thing you do when you get a book, I feel, when I do, I get it, and then I flip and I look what's on the back cover. And actually on the back of this cover, this says, "This took forever. DWJ 2022. Sometimes I put notes on the back of my pages, but I love this cover so much. And this is actually getting, I don't usually put a lot of my art up in my own house, because it's, you know, why would I do that? But I'm putting this one up.
Let me ask you a question, because you very famously said on a previous podcast that your grail piece is Edwin Bukovic page from Grendel.
Yes.
And we know where that is. We know it exists.
Yeah.
If the person who owns that page said, I'll give it to you, but you got to give me that trade paperback cover.
I'm not doing it.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
Unless there's some like serious financial constraints on my family that would, you know, which would help, you know, I don't think I'm ever gonna part.
So
with it.
your grail piece is your own piece, is your
Well,
own art.
I mean, when you put it
Well,
that way, that's a little weird. I don't know if I put it that way.
I think that's a huge disparity. Huge disparity.
DWJ, as it turns out, is a huge DWJ.
It's just too special. You know what I like with my creator-owned projects. You know, more so than like when working on Wonder Woman or Beta Ray Bill. It is like, this is a positive, but it is soul rending. I mean, it's like it takes a lot out of me. Like I don't just crank it out. Yes, I sit with it. I sat on Do a Powerbomb, just the whole general story and idea for years. I mean, I was thinking about it. I didn't even write it for so long, and so that image is just kind of the celebration and encapsulation of all that work that, you know, I'm very proud of. So that's the reason why. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm so glad you get to keep it.
Yeah.
That's a family heirloom, really.
I have actually, I kept one more piece from the series. Can I show?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I mean, I actually forgot about that. So
Yeah.
you actually kept one piece.
Yeah, so when we split up issue 3, and thank you. I really love lariats and wrestling. And really happy with this one. This is one of my favorite pages I've ever drawn. And so I actually, I kept this one because issue 3, since we were splitting it up, I had some help from Mike Spicer and Russ Wooten, and I try and gift one page to each of them for helping me with the book, which I did. Sometimes I'm not able to do that because issues self-complete and I can't gift it then, which is what happened with Wonder Woman actually. But you know, I was able to gift them some pages, but that's why the issue was missing some of the sexiest pages, and I decided to keep this for myself as well. So this also has a note on the back of it. Bo is coming in 1 month. Bo is my son that was born in 2022.
So Dan could clearly multitask. He could do a powerbomb and create a new human being.
Well, there you go.
Sometime, you know.
That's
I try. What can I say?
Yeah. And you're keeping both. You're keeping the kid and you're keeping that art.
I try.
All right, Jason, you're missing a bunch of questions. I see there's a bunch of questions.
All
here.
right.
he's not doing his
Jason,
job.
Jason's just like fondling that art in the side there. Jason, come on. Just we gotta help out the fans.
Rare opportunity, that cover, man.
All right, Max Machado has a question for Ryan Sook. Is Sook thinking of taking a commission this year? Please, maybe.
Yes.
So Ryan, what's the answer for that?
Yes.
You are.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa, really?
Yes. I'm thinking of it.
Oh, okay.
No.
This is news. This is
Wow.
big news.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it all the time. No, yeah, I'd love to.
Let's do it.
All right.
Man.
Well, thank you, Mr. Machado.
Yeah.
Hello.
Max,
Hello.
Good job. Good job.
Yes.
Max Machado.
Wow. I
Thunder
finally knew the
House
answer to
Design
that.
says, for DWJ, who is the wrestler that you wish someone requested for these poster sketches remarks, but haven't yet?
Ooh.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. Something. Now I can't. Okay, hold on. I'm on the spot. Hold on. Somebody that's okay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna hold up this podcast. Give me just 2 seconds, dude. Something that hasn't been requested yet. Nobody has asked for a let's see. Nobody's asked for a Bandito. I love Bandito. He's a luchador. Is a wrestler from Mexico, and he is amazing. He's one of my favorites.
From Timothy McDermott, DWJ, any chance at an annual future one-shot from the Duo Powerbomb universe? Would love to see a one-shot on a comic on a match from a past or future tourney.
That is a great idea. I've thought about it. I'm not sure if that would sell. I mean, I would hope it would, but if I could figure out a way to make it profitable, that's actually a really good idea. Probably should have thought of that. Thank you very much for that suggestion.
I Am Brunson has a question for me. Is when will James Herron be on the show? Well, I Am Brunson, if you go to my website, felixcomicart.com, under the media tab, there is a video section where I archive all the videos I've done. I have actually talked to James Herron. We did a panel for a Comic Art Live event. Gosh, I think it was 2021. And James does not do many panels, and he does not like appearing on camera, but I got him to do that. And I thought it was a really good talk, so check it out.
It was a really good talk.
How about that one studio visit we had that time? Didn't
And
you
we
think?
did a studio visit, yeah. So that, if you go to his, that's in the video archive as well. But if
Yeah.
you go to his gallery, we put that at the top, so you can check
Oh.
that out. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Yams, you ready? Okay, those of you who follow us on the Unboxing Art Show live stream know that we like to give away a prize via lucky random draw, which we do regularly for our mailing list, but we also do it for the live stream. So if you are subscribed to the newsletter and you watch our show, you actually have 2 chances to win. And this is a very cool prize because this prize is going to be created right here in person for our audience. It is the latest colored Duo Powerbomb print. Now, if you've ordered one, it's fine, you're eligible, you just get a second one. If you haven't ordered one, it's not in your budget this month, you got a chance to win. Free, and we'll send it to you free. You don't have to pay shipping. You win internationally, it costs me like $70 to ship this thing. I will still send it to you because that's how we do. We like to give stuff away, we like to have fun, and Dan's gonna draw your request for you. Now, the eligible requests are anything from works that Dan has created, including Extremity, Murder Falcon, Wonder Woman, Dead Earth, Beta Ray Bill, Duo Powerbomb, any of the Marvel and DC short stories he's done, Batman, Superman, Deadpool, any of the characters contained within, Wolverine, who am I missing?
Even the Avengers.
Yeah. And for the Duo Powerbomb print, it's only fitting that we include pro wrestlers. And you saw the completed sketches that I showed earlier. There were a lot of pro wrestlers, and if you win, you will get this head sketch of your choice, and Dan will draw it for you on camera. Someone had requested earlier, hey, can we watch Dan draw? You're gonna see your prize get created. So come on, bring the wheel over, AJ. Get the camera on the wheel so we can see it, and spin. We're gonna spin once and
So let's see who the lucky winner is. We got there. Andrew Lancaster, congratulations, Andrew. Andrew, I hope you're in the audience because we got to know what your request is now. Type in your request and we'll get to drawing. If you do not tell
There he is.
us,
There
we're
he
going to
is.
spin again.
You just said holy crap.
Okay,
All right,
congratulations.
enough of the holy crap. Give us a character.
Holy crap,
Holy
the
crap.
famous wrestler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
holy
from back in the
crap.
70s. Holy
Okay,
crap.
that's
yeah.
what you get.
He was a hippie.
Good job, Andrew.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a unique request there. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
holy crap.
Work religion with feces.
Yeah, he says no
Really good.
pressure.
All right.
We should put a
Nick Guitar
timer on
says,
this.
Nick Guitar says, if you look under the table, you can see Dan has a chain. Oh, Felix has a chain around Dan's ankle.
Lies. Oh, here.
Actually, it was
He's
just
got
saying now I
Rod-
need to pee,
Rodney-
but I can't pee.
Wow.
Rodney-
No one's asked for
Piper.
no one's asked for Roddy Piper.
No.
So here you go.
There you go.
Roddy Piper.
I was hoping he'd do it MJF.
Oh, MJF is hard to draw.
Well, you got to draw that Burberry scarf.
I'm like Ricky Steamboat Dragon and
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Superfly
That's
Snuka.
our era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finding a good.
I just know MJF because he's from Long Island.
Nobody asked for CM Punk. Is he over?
Is he? What do you mean by over?
Like nobody likes him anymore? Is he?
Well, I mean, no offense, CM Punk, but he did try and completely dismantle the wrestling company that I love so much, AEW.
okay.
So, I mean, like, I wish him the best, but like, I'm not a huge fan anymore. It hurts my heart. I'll say that. Okay, I'm trying to find a good image here. I don't know. Okay, all right.
Should we have some like background music? Dun, 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 dun.
Bagpipes.
Okay. Here he goes. You're watching magic happen. Why don't you go a little further and zoom in this way? Yeah. More on the arc. There you go.
Felix, are you going to be at WonderCon?
We will be at WonderCon. I'm sorry, there was a question earlier. What days will Dan be at WonderCon? We'll be there all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think Dan might have to leave a little bit early on Sunday. So anyway, see us as early as possible. There will be 4x6 sketch opportunities. See us when the show opens. That's when we'll be handing out tickets. We'll let you know when to come back. And yeah, that's it.
Someone says Snooker was canceled. What did
Yeah, you know
Snooker
what? I
do?
think that's right. Snooker.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we watched Snooker back then. I'm not a
Yeah.
Snooker fan now.
What happened to Snuka? Is he still alive?
Like
He did something.
I think there was some domestic violence or
Oh,
something.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah.
There's a couple international people asking when you're going to come out, Felix, to Singapore and Europe.
Well, it's not as I like to say, it's not a unilateral decision. They got to want us. So tell your shows to contact me.
Yes. Especially Singapore. I wouldn't mind going to Singapore.
I wouldn't mind doing Singapore.
Chili crab, baby.
We'll probably my good friend Steve Morgan runs Lake Como. One of these years we'll go.
Mm.
Oh my God. So
Okay.
Snooker was third-degree murder.
Boom, you gotta-
and
you gotta,
voluntary manslaughter.
You got to sign that sucker.
I did sign it.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Ah, sweet.
Excellent. Great job. Great job. But we're not done yet, folks. We are not done yet. We're going to give away a second one.
Whoa.
Yes, this is the Worlds of DWJ print.
This chain
From
is really bothering me.
2021. Yes. Dan's, we're going to, Nick Patera says, oh, there's that chain around Dan's ankle. Yeah, but we're doing it for the fans. That chain is for the fans. Nobody complained about the chain. It's worth it. Okay, so this is our print from 2021. We call it the Worlds of DWJ. It was all the characters from all the books, the creator-owned books that Dan had done. And there were these two mystery characters at the far end here, which Dan added after. I said, wait, what about your dual power book? Oh, yeah. Threw them on. There they are. So for people who are wondering, hey, who are those two guys? That question has since been answered. Dan will draw a head sketch for you up here. Same rules apply. Whatever character you want. They're not going to be wrestling version. They'll just be the regular version. But we are going to spin again. Maybe
guys.
and Andrew Lancaster, if you win again, guess what? You get a second one. But Lambert, I have to ask you, okay? You will be the judge on this.
Okay.
If 1885 wins the spin, do we give it to him, or is he disqualified?
Well, he kind of threw New Jersey back into the game, so
Yeah.
I'm going to open it up to him.
You're gonna give him okay.
Well, because he was just being a guy from New Jersey.
All right. 1885. You are in Lambert's good graces because you're
From New
Jersey.
Jersey, that was just a regular comment.
All right, all right.
California, super obnoxious.
Okay. All right.
Right? So
Fair enough. Fair enough. And here,
1885, you're back in the game, baby.
all right. And here's the spin. Let's go. Go 1885. 1885. Who we got?
Go Jersey.
TAMD1. That's my. I know TAMD1.
You know that?
Congratulations, TAMD1. Are you in the house? TAMD1. We may have to spin again. TAMD1. Maybe
he's
like
kinda slow.
watching the game. TMD1, are you here? TMD1 is here. Congratulations, you won. What character do you want? Let us
Someone just
know
woke him
now. You know what? TMD1 was very circumspect, very careful not to say "holy crap."
Yes.
And have Dan draw
Yeah,
like
right.
a pile of crap with a halo
Right,
around
right,
it.
right.
Galactus.
Okay. Oh, Galactus.
Galactus.
Oh.
Galactus. Come on, bring it on over.
Interesting, yeah.
Watch Dan do Galactus. Interesting. Dan was very proud. Oh yeah, I didn't pencil this one. I went just straight in. Yeah, he's penciling now.
That's like a
Pressure's on. He's on camera.
Oh, you know what? I'll show you how I do it.
Whoa! Here we go. I'll show you.
was thrown.
Yes. Kick off those chains. Ooh, DCMetalFan.com is causing trouble. He says, is Galactus eligible?
Too late now.
It's too late. Yeah, you made a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do we disqualify TM? Do we spin again?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah.
It's all on DCMetalHeavyMetal.com. That guy, well, Wow. Now there's Michael Farrow jumped in on the Galactus eligibility too. Wow. It's like the NCAA. There's going to be investigations.
I don't understand what Nick Patera is doing here, like making comments and making our lives hard. Nick, aren't you busy putting out Action Leader John? We've been waiting for Action Leader John. Quit fooling around.
Go arm wrestle yourself.
Nick Patera.
Go arm wrestle 1885. He'll take him down.
Nick Patera wants you to add a tiny little surfer.
Okay.
That's two requests. I mean, obviously. Patera's pretty open with the suggestions.
For other artists.
Yeah,
Felix supposed to have a chain on his back. Draw, Dan, draw more.
Yeah, the Silver Surfer to Patera. He's going to threaten to arm wrestle you and break your arm.
And why not the FF too?
Yeah, just throw that in. We're pretty gutsy talking about Patera when he's not around.
Well, we can talk about until we see that book. We can say whatever.
Oh,
we
there
want.
we go.
There he is, the little silver shirt. TMD1. What a score for TMD1.
Oh, Patera asked me what I'm benching. Patera, I hurt my shoulder, so I'm benching donuts.
That's 0.
Donuts and pizza. I thought it was obvious from the video. and now I'm in California.
There you go.
Boom. Boom. Congratulations, TMD1. Congratulations, Andrew Lancaster. And congrats to all of you who tuned into the show
great.
because this one was fantastic. This was we kicked off the first episode of the Felix Comic Art Podcast live in grand fashion. Lots of cool giveaways.
Philip Flores, who is Daniel's favorite old school Marvel artist of all time?
Old school?
Old school, which means
Like how old school?
well, I guess they mean anyone before the year 2000, maybe.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw out names.
Philip Flores, what do you mean by old school? Kirby?
Yeah, whatever. I think before 2000s.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Kirby for sure. Simonson, Jim Lee, like on X-Men, like that Omega Red Wolverine cover. X-Men issue
6, X-Men 6, right?
5.
5, okay.
That's my jam.
Good question. Good question.
All right.
Awesome.
That was fun. Actually, thanks for sticking around this whole time. I was just going to introduce you, show off your stuff. You could get back to work. You could get drunk. Put the chain back on.
Long chains.
Get back to your station. Right.
Is it time to sleep yet?
You can sleep more, but you won't get your bread and water.
For those listening, I mean, Ryan's doing some really crazy remarks.
Yep.
Yeah, like he's doing some cool Batman.
Yeah. Not giving away. We have
Not giving them
We
away.
have a special event coming up that Ryan is
So you guys
fully
get ready.
participating in. So we got a lot of cool stuff we've been working on. So you may be wondering, why is Lambert here? Lambert is like he's been saying over and over again, is from Jersey. You can't miss that. Why is Lambert all the way out here in California? All that to be revealed soon. He came here on a special mission.
Mission
Yeah,
from
we got more to tell. Maybe that'll be
Mission from God from do a power bomb.
Yeah, maybe that'll be the Felix Comic Art
I'm that guy.
Podcast Live episode 2. We got more to share. Any last minute questions from the audience? Let us know now, because we're gonna wrap it up because we're hungry.
Yeah.
We want to know Dan's t-shirt size.
Large.
Large. And is there going to be an extremity hardcover ever?
Good question.
Ask Skybound.
I would love to see one.
Yeah, that deserves
Jesus.
one.
Come
That
on.
really should have happened by now.
Tell them to email Skybound and ask for it. And because I share the IP with Skybound and we've been thinking about doing it for a long time. I think they just need a little more convincing. So shoot them a message on the socials or however. Tell them you're excited about the possibility.
Actually, Andrew Rendy wants us to spill the beans on the Pixar visit. I'll just tell one story. We were, and we have to thank our pal Andy B for setting it up. We got the full VIP tour. We got to see the secret rooms, which I'm really not. I can't divulge
maybe
anymore.
we shouldn't, yeah.
We got to be privy to some cool stuff that, again, we are sworn to secrecy. No joke. We had to sign non-disclosure going in. But we were in line at the cafeteria when someone came up to Dan and just started, nerding out, like unashamedly.
Big time.
Yeah, just unabashedly, just going off about how much she loved Dan's work. She was not full of crap. Like, she was naming the specific commissions that still stuck in her head. And we thought, oh, cool, very, we got a young animator here. Look up to Dan and is a fan. I mean, that's really cool. Turns out she's the director of Toy Story 5, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
know that?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh,
No idea.
Director of Toy Story 5.
Felix, tell him.
she was super nice too.
As to wrap it up, tell him about the store. When we went into that one guy's office.
Okay, so they're not offices or cubicles. They call them pods, and every animator can customize their pod however they wish, and they get really super creative. And one animator made his pod to be his own comic shop. It was like a little mini comic shop. And he had a few books facing front and center, like, you know, like if you go into a comic shop, like these are our recommended books. And we walk in, and one of them is, out of 3 books, one of them is Wonder Woman, Dead Earth.
That's right.
And he saw Dan, and Andy introduced him. This is Daniel Warren Johnson. And you know, you could have knocked the guy over with a feather. So yeah, that was really fun too.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Superstar.
I want to add in something. Max Machado asked, let me know when Ryan's commission list goes up. Max, I'm going to tell you what Felix tells everyone. Sign up for the goddamn mailing list, and you'll find out.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, and DC Heavy Metal, I do remember you at Baltimore Comic Con. Nice guy, wearing a Felix mask.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
DC Comics. We like
nice.
DC Comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was you, DCHeavyMetal.com.
Oh, DC
hey,
Heavy Metal
nice.
Chris, what's up, bro?
Yeah, he was a good guy, very friendly. And there was another good question here. Where was it? Oh, and we have a celebrity guest just text.
Oh,
yeah,
our buddy BKV.
Comics icon.
Yes.
Icon.
Comics royalty.
Yeah.
Oh,
BKV. When I said
This is top tier.
And then, you know, I said you're working with the top writer of comics, one of the top 3 writers of comics. I couldn't say number 1 because that is reserved for our friend BKV. Yeah, I'm not,
We did get him Ex Machina
I am
in there,
not
though.
the director of Toy Story 4,
Yes.
but I will nerd out about
Yes.
Brian K. Vaughan.
Yes.
So Brian Vaughan says, hey all, just popping in late to sing my praises. DWJ and Ryan Sook, 2 of the best ever to enter the comics ring. All praise. Fantastic. Thank you, Brian K. Vaughan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And he also says same applies to you, Nick. And I will say that I know for a fact Brian K. Vaughan is a backer of Axe Wielder John. Yep. So game recognizes game, as the young people say.
And anyone wondering if that's the real BKV, it for sure is the real BKV. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It is a little unbelievable though, but yes, that's the real Brian K.
Yeah,
I still can't believe Brian K. Vaughan is a fan of my stuff. That's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Let's just embarrass.
I think
Brian.
I think he's a fan of the Felix Comic Art podcast. And he said, yeah, I like that guy DW.
All right.
We got. Yeah, maybe who knows will also come in and declare their family. Frank Miller or Jack Kirby. And if they do, I will totally believe it. We've had Sean Phillips in your and of course
What? Really?
Stacy.
I missed that.
Stacy Peralta of Lords of Dogstown fame. Every episode. Stacy.
Have we
Peralta.
established
I used to
if that's
watch.
the real Stacy Peralta?
I used to watch
I don't care.
Peralta
As far as that's
Homeless
Stacy
Brigade
Peralta.
videos nonstop, man. Stacy Peralta was like an idol in my youth. We
Really?
loved that.
Skateboard,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. We used to skate with Ray Barbie up in San Jose, and we had a blast. Every time his name comes up on your podcast, I'm stoked. It's like some kind of reconnect to my youth.
I say, PAL Card Games and Comics says no young people say that. That sounds like my daughter.
Come on.
Yeah. I said to her the other day, does that make you jelly? Are you jelly? And she just rolled her eyes. I'm so annoyed.
Listen, POW, go watch a Timothy Chalamet movie and leave us alone. Jesus.
Yeah, don't roll your eyes at me, POW.
Yeah. What the hell? I'm gonna have DCHeavyMetal.com come kick your ass. DC Metal.
We're not going to do it.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. We're actually not young and we're old.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're
DC
not,
Heavy Metal.
Yeah,
is-
DC
is-
Metal.
forget it.
Oh, you
Don't-
do not mess with that
yeah,
guy.
don't mess with him.
Yeah. We can have him as a bouncer or something at shows. That guy. Yeah.
Rudy Rodriguez
And,
wants to know, Daniel Warren Johnson, would you do a quick sketch of Murder Falcon on any Banyas? I have no idea what that means. It must be something young people say. 'Cause
It must be,
I don't know
yeah.
what quick sketch of on an Ibanez means.
Yeah.
A bass. It's a bass guitar.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Thank you. You're not young either,
Well, he's
but,
in,
you
but
got
he's
that.
younger than us. So.
Someone asked if you would do a sketch on an Ibanez guitar.
Yeah, bring it.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
And bring an amp too.
Well, I think if they bring it, make sure they bring something that they want it to be sketched on. The Sharpie may not necessarily do the trick.
Ah.
DC Heavy Metal, I like that guy. He always represents with the Felix gear. I'm gonna get you a shirt, DCHeavyMetal.com.
You're gonna need a good one with lots of clearance. In other words, one that might fit me and have a little extra room.
Brian K. Vaughn. I mean, I'm gonna read every Brian. I'm gonna
We're gonna have to,
all
yeah,
it's
yeah,
worth. I have
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Brian K. Vaughn says, "I just love comics made by people who love comics." Felix got the best taste. That is my pull quote for the site. That's
gotta put that on your-
BKV. That's a teacher. Felix got the best. Brian K. Vaughn.
That's
That
it.
is our. That's it. Thank you, Brian K.
That's
Vaughn. Your check is in the mail. He says, "Now I got to rewind to check out this great machine sketch." Yeah, it was fantastic, Brian.
The screenshot.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
We might as well just find it again and show. I mean, it's BKV.
Yeah, I know. I got to screen cap this now. That is going far and wide. If there is a someone who has the name Dan Clowes or Chris Ware, I do not care if you are the actual Dan Clowes or Chris Ware, but just come and sing my praises.
And sing-
that'll
sing
that.
great things,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
please. We have
Like this BKV guy.
let's see right here. Philip Flores wants to ask me if I'm able to get a 4x6 sketch from Dan at WonderCon. Would I have to wait till end of day to pick up? No, Philip Flores. The way it works is we give you a ticket at the start of the show. We tell you when to come back. Say, for example, you'll come back at 1. Everyone who has a ticket will line up, and Dan will draw for you while you wait. That's how we've been doing it. It's worked out really great. Usually he'll draw for like an hour at a time, just so we can spare his hand. Chris Hacker says, Felix and crew are always great at cons. Appreciate all that you guys do. DWJ is the nicest guy in the medium. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm guessing we're gonna
almost
wrap
done.
this up.
No more questions.
I think this is it. Yeah, this is gonna be a really fun week, guys. Dan and Ryan both came in yesterday. We have signings this week, tomorrow at Escapist Comics in Berkeley from 4 to 6. We have a signing in Oakland at Cape and Cal Comics, again, Thursday, 3 to 5. Do a Powerbomb trade paperback comes out tomorrow. Bring your copy. We'll sign it. If you don't have a copy, buy it from the shop. Please help support the shop.
Yeah.
That's why we do these signings. We want to help out shops. You bring your books. You have a collection, especially a hardcover. Dan will do a drawing in there for you. Just come to the signing. So please support the shop.
Yeah, definitely
And,
support the shop.
We're looking forward to that.
I'm guessing they ordered extra copies.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I mean,
And,
so they knew.
we
Dan's
still
coming.
have some fun stuff to do. We got a big dinner tomorrow.
Oh, and we'll be there. Not only will they meet Dan, they'll get to meet.
If you
Felix.
have your copy of Catwoman Hollow City #2, featuring the first appearance of what I call ABC, the Asian Bros of Crime. We got Lambert, we got Yams, and myself. making our
Lambo with a
first-
very rare West Coast appearance.
making our first appearance in comics, and we will sign your copy for free. Get it graded; it'll be worth a lot. First appearance of the ABCs. Okay, that's it, guys. I think on that note, we're gonna call it a night. Yams, thank you so much. Thank you, Jason. Subscribe to Comic Art Channel. Thank you, DWJ. Subscribe to DWJ's channel. Look out for Ryan Sook's announcement. Like, we can't tell you who the top 3 writer is he's working with. It's not Brian K. Vaughn. So that leaves you 2 more guesses. That announcement will be made soon.
How soon?
And it is,
How soon?
well,
Don't know.
we're not, sometime in
Real
2023.
soon. Okay.
But Lamb and I got to see most of the first issue yesterday, and just mind blowing.
It's
Thank you,
really
Lambert, all
next
the
year.
way from New Jersey. Of course, thanks to Brian K. Vaughn. Not so much thanks to Nick Patera.
What about Jason Kim over there too?
I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, I missed it. I missed
Yeah.
it.
Pay attention. Pay
I
attention.
wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You in 1885.
I'm still thinking about 1885, and after being insulted by POW with the
Yeah.
no young people. Yeah. Go watch TikTok.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
We'll see you
Thanks,
next time.
everybody.
And we